Due to COVID-19, anyone can vote absentee in Alabama this year in the general election, and thousands have already done so in Mobile County. Tonight, News 5 takes you through the process, whether you want to vote by mail or even vote early in person.
There's a misconception that absentee ballots are not counted. That is incorrect.
And the head of elections in Mobile County is encouraging people to vote absentee this year. First step, apply for an absentee ballot. Download the form online or call your county election office and get them to mail you one. Two key things to remember on this form. First, on the list of reasons for voting absentee, check the second box that says you have an illness or infirmity.
Just use the second item. That's the authorized one to use if you are concerned because of COVID.
Second, make sure you include a copy of your driver's license or government-issued photo ID. Mail it in, and then a couple of days, here's what you'll get back. You'll get a packet that has instructions, your ballot, a secrecy envelope, an outer envelope, and a mailing envelope. The ballot is the same as you'd see at the polls. Fill in the ovals, and you're good to go. Then you take your ballot and you put it inside this secrecy envelope. Put it in there, seal it up, and then you put the secrecy envelope inside of this outer envelope. And then here's the key to the whole process. There's some important information you need to fill out on the back. You'll fill out your name and address, and again you will check the second box that says you're physically incapacitated, even if you're not. That's the COVID box. Then get two witnesses to sign. They can be anyone. They can be your family members. They don't have to be registered voters. They don't have to live in the state. Or get the envelope notarized. Then take that outer envelope, put it in the mailing envelope, and mail.
The outer envelope is reviewed first to ensure compliance with the legal requirements relating to absentee voting. Once those have been confirmed, then the envelope is opened and the secrecy envelope is removed, and then it goes and is locked up, so there's virtually no way you can track up how someone voted.
And those ballots will stay locked up until Election Day, when they'll be removed and counted. Now, here's another very important thing to remember. Once you've requested an absentee ballot, your name will be removed from the voting roll at your polling place. If you don't get around to filling out the absentee ballot, you can still vote at the polls on November 3rd, but not in the usual process.
But if you do show up at the poll on Election Day after having requested an absentee ballot, you will not be able to be processed as a regular voter at the poll. You can vote by the provisional ballot method, but you cannot vote a regular ballot.
If you're intimidated by all these forms and instructions and witness requirements, well, there is another way to vote without going to the polls on Election Day. In Alabama, they don't call it early voting, but essentially that's what it is. And that is to simply bring your driver's license and go to the absentee election office in Mobile County on the first floor of the courthouse annex next to Government Plaza. You'll fill out some forms, the clerks will make sure you do it right, you'll get a ballot, fill it out, and you're done. You've voted. And all that we just covered is on our website. The Mobile Public Library can also help you with forms and getting copies of your ID and witnesses, and it can even do all of that for you curbside.